morning, my dear students and my well-wishers. I am here again in front of you to bring the literature topic of standard 9th, Beehive. The first chapter is here, the fun they had. As the topic is describing here that the chapter is belonging to the past. Had means the happens, the fun which they have done. Here in the story, the writer Isaac has described about the future. Here are the two main characters, the two children. The first one is Margie and another one is Tommy. They are learning the future study through their computers. Not even there are the teachers. They are learning from the computer teachers, the mechanical teachers. As we are living in the world, and now we are having the teachers and having the books and even the pens and papers. But that time they are not having copy, book or paper. But they are learning only through the computer. So here is the story in which Margie has written. I am now first reading the text of the book. Margie even wrote about in the night in her diary. On the page headed 17 May 2157, she wrote, Tommy, today Tommy found a real book. In the first paragraph, here the writer is describing about the girl, Margie, who is writing the story and who is writing the diary. In the diary, he has written that Tommy got the book. And the book was describing that the page is headed 17 May 2157. Here the writer is describing that the Margie is the character and he has written in the diary that there is a book and the heading itself is having the year, the date. The date is 17 May 2157 and she is written that today Tommy found a real book. It was a very old book. Margie's grandfather once said that when he was a little boy, his grandfather told him that there was a time when all stories were printed on paper. They got the book, she got the book, and in that book it was told that Margie's grandfathers once said, she is reminded that once her grandfather has said that they were having, means the grandfathers and the ancestors were having the books and the notebooks by which they were there to use the chapters. That time they were used to books and pens to write the something. When Margie's grandfather was a little boy, that time they were there to read with the pens and books. There were the stories which were printed on the papers and the papers were printed as the book. Margie is reminded of her grandfather. He told her that his grandfather studied all the books that were printed on paper. So this kind of a book is historical or ancient for them. Something which they cannot believe, they can't imagine. Continuously and concentratedly, Margie was listening the story and he was imagining that how the books were pretty and how the books were having the stories. The grandfathers and the ancestors were too much lucky because they were knowing about the ancestors, about the historicals or the ancient stories through that books. The books were having the stories through which they cannot imagine that how they were there to be thought or how the stories were there which cannot be believed. They turned the pages which were yellow and crinkly and it was awfully funny to read words that is stood still of moving the way they were supposed to on a screen, you know. They turning the pages. They were there to use the books and they were turning the pages. The pages were crinkly. Here I am also written the word crinkly. Crinkly means with many folds or lines. Means as you are seeing now also, whenever in the library we go and we see that there are the old books. Sometimes the pages were yellowish and the pages were crinkly and the turned up. So they were also having the book on which the pages were crinkly. Means they were turning the pages and the pages was little bit teared up. It was awfully funny to read the words and stood still instead of moving the words. They were getting the fun to read the letters, to read the pages, because they were not habitual to read the books. This time, which time? 2157 year, because the story is belonging to the future, and now they are in the future, and they are imagining that they are reading the books of their grandparents, how the grandparents and the grandfather, the ancestors were there to read the books. So they are also imagining that how they were there to be taught through the books. They were also thinking that nowadays in the future they are learning through the screens, through the computer screens and the computer monitors, but that time they were not there to learn through that computer screens, but that time they were there to use the books to turn the pages. And then when they turned back to the page before, it was the same words on it that it had when they read it was the first time. Nowadays what we had happened, that whatever we have seen on the computer screens, they were erased, but in the books the words are not erased. The books are same when they are there to turn the pages back, so again and again they can see the same words there, because they are printed on the pages, on the papers of the books, but nowadays they are not seeing and looking the words again and again on the computer screens. "Gee," said Tommy, "what a waste. When you are through with the book, you just throw it away, I guess. On television screen must have had 1,000,000 books on it, and it's good for plenty more. I wouldn't throw it away." Once Margie was pleasing and praising the books, but here in the second paragraph, Tommy was saying that what a rubbish it is, what a waste this is. Once we have learned, or once we have read the book, the stories, after reading the stories, what we will do from the books? It will be total wasting, and only these will be the thrown things. These will be the wastage. But the Margie is refusing this thing, and she is pleasing, and she is saying, no, this is our good things. And our television screen must have had 1,000,000 books on it, and it's good for plenty more. I would not throw it away. So Tommy is saying that books are not so much good as our television screens are, as our computer screens are, because on computer screen we can see so many books, so many stories at a time, but only in a book we can see the same story again and again, so this will be thrown away after reading the book. "Same with mine," said Margie. She was 11 and hadn't seen as many telebooks as Tommy had. He was 13. Here are the description about the ages. Margie is younger and Tommy is elder. Only 2 years elder he is. He is of 13 years age and Margie is 11 years. So she is also agree with Tommy that yes, I am also agree with you that the books are not of any use after reading the story. She said, "Where did you find it?" "In my house," he pointed without looking, because he was busy reading in the attic. Now they are asking where they have found the book. So Margie is asking from which place you have found this book. So Tommy was replying that I have found it from my attic. Attic word is new for you, I think. Attic means the place where we have kept the old or the useless things, means just like the storeroom. So without looking or without pointing anything, he was just pointing the thing that from there I have found the book, because he was busy to read the book or the chapter. "What's it about?" "School." Margie was scornful. "School? What's there to write about school? I hate school." Now they are asking and talking about the chapter or about the story. Margie again is asking for which chapter or for which thing the chapter or the story is. So Tommy is replying that it is for the school. So Margie is always hate the school. So she is saying school, about the school the story is, I hate the school. I don't want to go to school because school is not the good place for study, because she is also always thought that this is the wasteful thing. Margie always hated school, but now she hated it more than ever. The mechanical teacher had been giving her test after test in geography, and she had been doing worse and worse until her mother had shaken her head sorrowfully and sent for the county inspector. Margie always hates the school to go because she doesn't want to go to school because there are too many works and homeworks, and she is fed up of it. She is hated more than ever. Means now when she has listened by Tommy that the story is about the school, so she is hating it more. The mechanical teacher had been giving her test after test in geography. Mechanical teacher means the computer screen teacher. The computer screen and the mechanical teacher is given, the mechanical teacher has given him or her homework. Means there are the topics in geography. Every time they take the homework in geography. So always she is in hateful manner. She had been doing worse and worse until her mother had shaken her head sorrowfully and sent for the county inspector. She doesn't want to learn. As in our regular life, as the things are not liked by us, so we are not so much habitual to do the things. So as the Margie there, she doesn't want to learn in geography because she is not able to learn each and everything about the geography. So she is not good in geography, and that's why she hates to learn in geography. But the mechanical teacher, the computer screen is always there to give the test, to take the test, to give the questions about the geography. But always her mother is there to shake her, to motivate her, to give the instructions her to learn the chapters through the computer screen. So that's it for today. We have learned and we have read the chapters up to the 3rd paragraph. Here are 10 paragraphs. So one by one gradually we will learn it, we will read it, and we will know the explanation of the chapters. So tomorrow we will meet again from the 4th explanation. Now thank you so much for watching it. Please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe my channel English with Shivie.